Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Becky, for jumping on the call with me today. And I just wanted to keep it super casual, but just
Hmm.
wanted to get, any feedback or your take on when you worked with me and, things that were beneficial and helpful for you in regards to just nutrition and exercise, as we worked on both of those. But and whatever you're open and willing to share is fine. But um, could you just tell me a little bit about, when we first started working together, where you were at and kind of what your goals were?
I just wanted to mainly focus on healthier nutrition and a little bit of weight loss. I noticed it's getting harder to lose weight as I'm getting older, and that might be cliche, I don't know, but I just know that some of the diet plans that you had recommended for me were helpful, and then just kind of giving me educational tools like water intake and fiber intake, stuff like that that you hear about, but you don't really think that it's, I don't really need that much water, or I don't really need that much fiber, but it really makes a difference in your comfort and the way you digest and just overall the way you feel. So little things like that just to kind of remind me and make me remember to like incorporate it throughout the day, because you get busy, you start phone calls and you start meetings, and then you're just like, oh, it's 2 o'clock and I've just drank like 2 sips of water a day. So that kind of stuff really stayed with me. And then also the mindful eating was obviously like a major change for me, because as a mom and you're working, you are setting the table for everybody, everybody's eating. By the time you sit down to eat, everybody's almost done eating. So when you would just, set the table to look pretty, I like the flowers when I'm sitting and eating. That kind of was like makes me slow down and be calm, and it just really adds to your eating experience and making it more of kind of like a just healthy and slow. And uh-oh, I think I lost you. Did I lose?
Oh, no, I'm still here.
Okay. um so stuff like that, I think that was like a lot of help.
Yeah, definitely that slowing down and being able to then determine when you're actually full versus eating with distractions or eating too quickly. Um, yeah, I love the whole setting the table kind of thing to remind us that not every meal can be that way, but that mealtime should be enjoyable and it is an experience to have that, even if it's just something like your favorite bowl or plate that you're using to eat out of that looks pretty. Because we
Mhm.
do eat with our eyes and our smell first. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you were able to incorporate some of that. You mentioned, right, being busy, and I think I often hear from clients when they're deciding if they want to work with me or not, right? Well, I don't know if I have enough time, right? I'm
Mhm.
too busy. I'm too busy to work out. I don't have time to eat healthy. And you being a busy mom and having a full-time job, how were you able to navigate all of that and find a way to still get those workouts in? How were you able to do all that?
I delegated. So I
Mm.
normally I normally would take on everything, laundry, making the meals, clean up, everything. So I did actually delegate little things. So like my child helps me set the table. So that's like 5 minutes less there. I started meal prepping. So like I would plan ahead, and I also did little things like buying already chopped up stuff or
Yeah.
frozen stuff. So it kind of like during the week when I don't want to cook, I'd rather go buy food. It was like, okay, let me just take these little shortcuts, so that way if I plan ahead, I will follow through. So that's huge for me. Like I have to be a planner, and that just it's one day of like quickly getting everything ready, but then when it's cook time, it's like so much faster. And then with the help of like washing dishes and stuff like that, I was able to kind of carve out more time for myself, and then I just wouldn't be so tired. like all those little tasks add up at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to feel guilty anymore. Like mom guilt is gone. I need to be healthy. And I think that people need to really recognize that. And it's good for everybody to help out. And I think you just need to like rethink the whole thing and just make your goals and set them. And that's it.
Yeah, totally. No, I love that you said that because I think that's often, especially maybe in newer parents that I've seen. I know obviously your kids are older, but you have grandkids now that you have to take care of that need attention as well. But it's that this idea that we as moms and just women that we place all these responsibilities upon us. And yeah,
Mhm.
we do have a lot to do, but being able to delegate because you know that you need some time for yourself to have that self-care. And that is a huge component that, I focus on with people is that we need to make time for ourselves. Even if it's just 1 minute, like I'm going to sit and put my essential oils on and relax and breathe. But yeah, you said, hey, I get 5 minutes back from them setting the table. Hey, the kids
Mhm.
can help out with the dishes. So much so that we're not doing all the things ourselves. I think is huge, but it takes a lot of people a while to get to that point because they often feel that, like you said, that mom guilt
Mhm.
that I'm not doing enough. So I think that's a huge recognition. Um, and advice for people, for
Yeah.
all the moms and
It,
dads out there.
it took a long time to like recognize that and just kind of like let it go and make it, you know, it's not that hard. It's really just something that we just need to do. Or you just wake up early. You wake up a little early and then you get it done before everybody wakes up. So
That's true. But then we can start getting into the like sacrificing sleep just to wake up early and do all those things. But maybe sometimes we do need, wake up 5 minutes early to have that 5 minutes to ourselves, or
mhm.
like to get ready before there's all this noise and distraction around. Um, another I think common misconception I hear is, having a trainer, having a dietitian is a luxury, right? But when we take a look at how much money people actually spend on like eating out and other things that don't really contribute to a healthy lifestyle, it really adds up. Not to mention how much money is spent on healthcare after the fact, like if we're diagnosed with the disease or the doctor bills and such, right? We're on medications. How have you been able to budget and make everything fit, right? Like having a trainer, buying healthy food, and still, you know, pay for things for your kids and all of that. How are you able to budget all of that?
I think when you cook at home, you can make a little bit extra. So you save for leftovers like the next day, and then you can incorporate that to like lunch or dinner or snack.
Yeah.
So you're because even if you go to a restaurant, you tip and then you're spending on gas and all that stuff. So I think just eating at home and buying like apples and stuff is really not that expensive. It's really not that big of a cost difference once you really look at stuff. So as long as you're able to eat that stuff and not let it go to waste. And I think prep time too. I mean, prepping like one day of washing the veggies, cutting them up, throwing them in the fridge so that way they're ready to eat is
Yeah.
it's huge. It's huge. So I think that again, just prepping is going to be your biggest money saver because you'll think about what you're going to eat throughout the week, and it kind of helps with that impulse purchase because you already have a plan. So I think that's the biggest investment. You just have to have a plan. And yeah, you're gonna the plan might fall through a couple of days or a couple of nights because you work late or whatever. But even
Yeah.
then, you have leftovers in the fridge. So like, I'm busy, you're hungry, go warm up something from yesterday. You know, so it's definitely doable. And then just little changes like low salt or like not getting sugary drinks, drinking water instead, or not drinking the the
Yeah.
high
Not
sugar.
spending all the money on the Starbucks drinks.
Yeah, like not all that stuff, it really helps. So yeah, it's just, I think planning is huge.
Yeah, I
Plan-
think that's the biggest takeaway that you've had is in order to be successful, we need to plan. And yeah, I love what you said that, yeah, we have a plan, and whether it's a workout plan, it's our meal plan, our grocery shopping plan.
Mhm,
We need that, but also we're only human. And yeah, we're gonna have those days where, I'm too tired, and maybe you have leftovers, but maybe not. Maybe that is the day you go out to eat. And also acknowledging that that's okay. We
mhm,
can still eat out, right? Quality of life and seeing friends and family out is still important, but really sticking to that plan as often as we can so that we are successful with all of that.
mhm.
Yeah, that's great. In terms of the workouts, and because I know you had some back pain when we
Mhm.
started, could you just talk a little bit about that of your journey with that, and how is your back actually? It's been a while since we've chatted.
Yeah, it got a lot better. The workouts that I was using had me doing like the roller ball on my leg and the roller ball, not the ball, the
The foam roller?
yeah, the foam roller, yeah. That really helped kind of loosen me up before, during, and after. So I think that just being able to move easier throughout my workouts, I wouldn't feel as sore or stiff or tight. And it was painful initially, but then I got over it quickly. It was like a quick
So like
turnover.
using the foam roller was it took some time to get used to. Yeah.
Well, because I wasn't as flexible as I used to. So just to get
Okay.
that down was rough in the beginning, like the first two sessions. I was like, how does this work? But once you get the flow of it and then you're balanced better, it really does play into your flexibility and just your overall tightness. I feel like that was huge.
Yeah, definitely. Being out of pain, right? That's always one of my number one goals with clients is to help you get out of pain. And I know you still do some of the core exercises. I know we worked on core a lot to help keep the core stable. So not just for like building abs, but for
Right.
keeping that low back out of pain. Do you still incorporate that at all?
Yeah, the planks and the leg lifts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
If someone was watching this and they're trying to decide, whether or not should I hire Jackie as a trainer, as my nutrition coach, any like final tips or advice that you would want to share with them?
I think it's a really good program. You definitely consider all aspects, mind, body, you know, mental health, everything. I think it's a very whole approach to everything, because a lot of people get fixated on just one thing. I got to lose weight, or I got to eat healthy, or just it's a good program just overall. And you're always very responsive. So if you have questions, you usually get back to text like right away, and emails, and just the educational part that you put together also with nutrition to back up what you are trying to achieve. The education that you provide, it's really helpful, and it kind of gives everybody the rationale of why you're doing it. Don't just do it because I said so. It's very helpful. I think that it just helps people empower themselves to really stick to the program, because there's a reason for why you have to do it this way, and just, you have to work at your own pace, and you're very mindful of that. And then you give a lot of options. So it's just, it's just whole all the way around, a very doable approach, and it's a very specific to the person type of program. So if something's not working, as long as you as the client are vocal with you, and I feel like you give us options. So it's really helpful.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm glad that I've been of service to you and have helped you over the past. Anything else that you'd like to add, or do you have any questions for me?
No, I mean everything is working out well, and I've definitely incorporated some of your suggestions, and it's been really helpful and I feel really good. So
Awesome. Feeling good part is what's most important. All
mhm.
right. Thanks, Becky.
You're welcome.